Hello, beautiful Earth Tribe. Welcome back to my channel, Sky Above, Earth Below. This is Renee, and you're watching a timeless collective reading for the new moon in Virgo, September 2023. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Virgos out there, and happy Virgo season, everyone. So although this moon is currently in the sign of Virgo, you don't need to have Virgo anywhere in your chart for this reading to apply to you. This reading is for all astrological signs collectively. Also, the energy captured at this new moon may be relevant now or anytime in the future, whenever it resonates. So if you're new to my channel, a big reason why I offer lunar cycle readings is because I know how much it personally benefits me, and I love sharing that with you. Staying in touch with the lunar phases is a meaningful way to connect to yourself, to your spirit, and to whatever you wish to manifest or release in your life. I personally connect deeply with the cycles of Mother Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, but the moon phases in particular offer us a way to observe our life more closely and ground manifestations practically and rhythmically. Many pre-Christian cultures operated by the moon cycles because of its tangibility to indicate the passing of time and to track which moon came with which seasonal change. And because of the moon's orbit and proximity to Earth, the waxing and waning of the new and full moons offer us a sense of perceivable time from which to observe our lives more closely, in roughly 2-week increments, as opposed to the sun, which offers us a broader view, allowing us to see the big picture of our lives by observing 6 months at a time, with the equinoxes and the solstices, or with the full revolution, our annual cycles. So with the moon, we can break up our plans and goals into small, doable, foreseeable chunks of time and be more attuned to the seasons as well as our own natural cycles and rhythms. It may also be helpful to monitor your manifestations over 6 months to see what has come to fruition, and you can do this by noting the sign that a new moon is in and then seeing what has come to fruition 6 months later by the full moon in that same sign. This can also be done in reverse, of course, so if you've been writing down your goals and manifestations, have a look at what you scribed back in March of 2022 at the full moon in Virgo and see what has come to form by this new moon. All right, so when working with the moon, just know that the energies of the new and full moons, as well as the waxing and waning phases, can be harnessed toward your goals and intentions. At the new moon, which is where we're at now at the time of this reading, we recognize the beginning of a lunar cycle. So this is a powerful time to set new intentions. And you can write, speak, or visualize your intentions, use them in ritual or spell work, or set them in any number of ways that feels meaningful to you. I do feel, though, that the most effective moon ritual is simply one that's done from your heart and done so regularly. So like at every new moon, or every full moon, or both. Rhythm is energy, and keeping a regular ritual strengthens and maintains this energy flow toward your intentions. Also, always remember that thoughts and words are spells, whether you're fully conscious of them or not. Energy sent out is energy returned, so be sure what you're putting out into the universe is energetically what you'd like to receive back. If you'd like to continue following the lunar cycles, please join me here every new and full moons for a collective energy check. You can also view my playlist of lunar cycle readings whenever you wish, as they are all timeless. So what do we have to look forward to for this new moon in Virgo? What energy is it bringing to the collective? That is the reading for today. Up next is the Meditative Shuffle and then the reading to follow. You can watch them both or navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello everyone, welcome to your reading for the new moon in Virgo, September 2023. This is a timeless reading. Thank you all so much for joining me. Okay, collective. So what I'm seeing here is a transition into your new beginning. Okay, card number 44. You're getting angelic assistance, divine guidance. Here we have in the center, if you're reading divine guidance, it says, whispers from the beings who shine, let their message be clear and kind. So, as you transition into your new beginning, you are following orders. Okay, sometimes people talk about this as like being obedient, okay? I tend to shy away from words like obedient and, there's just something about it that is, I don't know, just a little bit off-putting. But if you could capture that essence of that word, obedient, there's a positive connotation to it as well, okay? So it's kind of a mind perspective that we need to have, where it's like, for our highest good, we do need to follow a certain path. And in order to follow that path, we need to be in touch with it. Okay? The divine guidance that you're receiving is something that you have recognized, gotten in touch with, and you're cultivating it by following it. Okay? This is how we get that relationship with spirit. This is how we make our intuitive discernment stronger. This is how we recognize the signs in our lives that are guiding us. Okay, and when we do that, what ends up happening is that we literally receive the guidance. And so you're going to be having things like epiphanies, inspirations, urges to do something that is for your highest good. Okay, you might also get creative downloads or certain ideas that are going to help you solve a certain situation or produce something that you're wanting to create. It says here, creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. In order to receive divine guidance, there is a level of having that connection to our higher self. This is how we receive the divine guidance, is through that channel. And because it's at the center of your reading, I'm seeing that this is really a focus, right? Because when we're going down a new path, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I know where I want to go. I'm not sure how I'm going to get there. Or for some people, you may not even know where you're going. But in general, like, you might have a certain thought about where it is you're headed, okay? And taking a step in that direction with that divine guidance that you're receiving, they're saying, move ahead in this direction. So you have a rough idea of where you're going. And that's really all you need, because Spirit doesn't show you everything at once. That would literally be overwhelming. So they give you little bits at a time, and they reveal your path as you go. So you can continue to have trust in your forward movement and faith for that information to come as you go along your journey. Okay, also this card here, it says Whispers of Mother Earth. Some of you here who connect with me or my channel, you may also connect with Mother Earth, because that's just something that I personally embody, that I bring to my channel, that I bring to my work, and whatever endeavors that I do, I connect with Mother Earth. And so that may also be something you're interested in, simply because you're here and you might be resonating with me. But Mother Earth is, really important for us in regards to channeling divine guidance, because we have to learn to ground what we receive. Here we have the Magician card. Okay, the Magician has all the tools they need in order to manifest something, So they have the wand, the cup, the pentacle, and the sword. This is earth, fire, water, and air energy. This is all available to you because the Magician card is here. Okay, and you can also see that one hand is above and one hand is below. And this is literally talking about as above, so below. It's channeling, is what that's saying. Okay, so this is becoming, or has become, part of what you're doing to transition into your new beginning. You are manifesting as an emperor. Regardless of your sex, you are taking on this emperor energy. This is basically leadership from a masculine perspective, okay? Forward moving, in control of your domain, right? In a positive way, because we have the emperor upright here. So I don't really want to get into, positive and negative masculinity. You're just going to have to imagine what positive masculinity looks like, okay, in regards to leadership and control. You're not taking advantage of others. You're not abusing your power, okay? That's the gist of it. However, the cards above here, hunger and boundaries. So the hunger card for me, this is kind of indicating that new beginning chapter of your life. There is a hunger. This is what's creating this masculine forward movement. There's a desire to do something, to achieve something, to do something on your own, right? Because here we have, the leader. We also have what looks to be like a lone wolf. So these are people who make decisions for their lives, who are strong in character and morals, who know what they need, what they want, where they're going. And in the process, have strong boundaries, okay? In order to manifest, in order to be a leader, in order to stay focused on what it is that you're going for, that you're desiring, boundaries are necessary. And boundaries are simply necessary anyway, just simply to be yourself. But I do see boundaries being a focus right now because this is a new beginning. You're needing to stay focused. Okay, on the back of the deck here we have the Six of Swords. Okay, this is moving away from rough waters to calm waters. So simply transitioning is a boundary, okay? But in order to be successful in this movement forward, boundaries are really being highlighted here. Also, the number 12 breaking down to a 3, this is about you expanding. In order to expand and move forward in the directions we want, we do have to remain focused. Okay, and the boundaries that you're creating, they are producing basically an environment of the void. So darkness isn't always bad, right? Because sometimes we need to have that sort of insulated experience in order to really get in touch with ourselves, in order to hear our inner voice, in order to figure out who we are and who we want to grow into. And in order to block out the noise of the world. So you may be familiar with stories of spiritual masters who went on a quest or a solo journey or a climb up the mountain or went and sat in a cave for some extended period. There's inward journeys that need to happen for you to be able to connect with yourself and with divine guidance. So I see you doing that here, collective. For whoever's resonating with this reading, I see you doing that. We also have this card here, back of the deck. Healing is happening. It says you're not broken. Trust the process. It is safe to soften. So the Emperor, he's the number 4. Okay, 4 is about structure, stability. Okay, but it can also be looked at as a bit rigid, a bit close-minded to some degree. So the Emperor needs to be challenged a little bit with open-mindedness and an understanding that he's a whole person and not just a figurehead, right? So he needs to embrace his humanness, his life as a journey, okay, and moving that human form that he's now in as a spirit. He's in human form, and he's needing to understand that to manifest, he actually needs to be a balanced person. Okay, so recognizing that healing is happening, accepting it, allowing it, is going to allow the Emperor, man or woman, to soften a bit and to balance out any rigidness, any rigid thinking, okay, challenging previous outdated belief systems that may be holding you back, right? Because we don't want blocks to our manifestations. So we do have to work on releasing, previous or limited beliefs. Okay. And now that I've kind of gotten the heavier stuff out of the way, I do want to show you, though, that back of the deck here, we've got the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. And this is because as you're moving forward, as you are, having these boundaries, staying focused, trying to remain balanced, okay, you're also closing out cycles. It says here, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. This could have to do with family issues, being Cancer. It could even have to do with mothers, okay? But there is some resolution happening for you in such a way that it is allowing you to release whatever that past energy was to move forward. Because what you actually have here, it says have faith in your dreams. Because you literally have like the 2 most prosperous, fulfilling cards in the minor arcana. You have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles is like, it's material abundance. It's earthly life. It's family, legacy, community, home life, business life, anything having to do with the physical realm. This is like the most abundance that you can have according to the tarot. Okay, and the 10 of Cups, this is about emotional fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, creative fulfillment, all right? Even just happy family and having a blessed life, being grateful for what you have and having so much to be grateful for. So, this is your new beginning, okay? So, I don't even know what else to say, because it feels like the message here, have faith in your dreams. It feels like there might be some kind of disbelief in your mind that what you want isn't coming. Okay, so maybe that's what needs to be heard here, I think, because because you're following divine guidance. And when you do that, you are provided for, okay? The universe conspires to work with you when you are on your divine path. Things will line up for you. You will be provided for as you follow your purpose. So, perhaps a little bit of the rigid thinking has to do with faith, okay? And if you're new to having like, I don't even want to say spirituality. I don't even want to say religion. I just want to say that there is a level of faith in the universe in some way, shape, or form that is required in order to align with this guidance, in order to follow your best and highest path. And regardless of what that faith is in, it's that alignment, that frequency that you hold, which helps you align with the magician frequency. Okay, and faith, trust in the process is a big part of that. Okay, in my mind's eye, I'm getting the Fool card. The Fool takes leaps of faith. Every step in your journey is a leap of faith. So long as you're following your divine path. And our divine path is, that higher calling. That higher calling that it's like we may be unsure about where we're going, but we know that there's something drawing us in a certain direction. And we know that that something is for our highest good. Okay, and recognizing what is our highest good is literally about intuiting what that is. It's knowing who you are. It's having that self-awareness within you that you can confidently say, I know that this is not for me. I know that this is for my highest good. And being able to discern those two things. And when we are following our divine path, it's not necessarily going to be comfortable. And so you might question whether or not it's the right path for you. So that's when you get into that trust in yourself, that you will be okay, that you've got the skills and everything you need to move forward in this direction. And you're also being guided. Okay, just constantly reminding yourself that each step you take is going to need a mustard seed of faith. And look at all the mustard seeds. So maybe you need 10 of them. I'm just kidding. You only need one. Okay. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, okay. So another thing I'm getting with this energy is gaining momentum card. So when we're on our journey, as you get to know your energy, you will discover that there are moments or periods of times in your journey where there is momentum building. You can feel it. You can feel that energy like, I know I'm supposed to be moving forward in this way. I know I'm supposed to go this way or that way. I know I'm supposed to be doing this or that. And when I say supposed to be, I mean you're being divinely guided. This isn't like a shame. You should be doing this or that. This isn't like a shameful thing. This is I'm being guided, okay? I know I am supposed to be doing this. To some degree, we kind of got to get over ourselves, right? We got to stop beating ourselves up over, programmed shame that is triggered with certain words, okay? We need to be able to speak. And I particularly don't like censoring myself. I do try to use words that don't trigger, but at the same time, some words are just more effective. And I highly suggest you being on a spiritual path that you cultivate thick skin. Okay? You're going to need it. And I'm not just saying this to be curt or insensitive. I'm saying because you're literally going to need it. And if we get irritated and triggered about every tiny little thing, you're going to be so distracted. I mean, literally, you've got to pick your battles here. All right? And language is kind of one of those things where it's like we can use it for bad or for good. And discerning whether or not someone is ill-intended or not is kind of like up to your, not only just up to whether or not you're triggered by it, but also whether or not you want to spend time being distracted by it. Okay, enough on that. What I'm trying to get at with this energy is gaining momentum is that you will find along your divine path that there will be times when the energy is literally felt. You will feel like, oh, I got to do this now. I got to do it now. And then if you don't, you will feel that energy kind of dissipate and peter out. And you might even feel like disappointed in yourself because you didn't catch that wave. This has happened to me so many times, and that's why I'm telling you about it, because it's a thing. Okay, when that momentum is there, ride that wave. Get on it. And that doesn't mean not be thoughtful. It doesn't mean still don't use your intuition, okay? You still got to make good choices. But know when that energy is there. And that is my point. Okay, the moon, it comes and it builds and it grows and we get into this full moon. And then it dissipates and it gets smaller and it slowly goes away. Okay, this is how energy is going to sometimes present itself as you're walking your divine path. So it's going to be up to you to notice when those times are. Okay, and lastly about this is that if you do miss that wave, it doesn't mean that it's done, you give up, and you move on to something else. There could be a decision to do that, but that would need to be discerned, right? You would need to tap in. You'd need to really consult with yourself, with your intuition, with your higher self, with spirit, to figure out whether or not you need to let that thing go or just continue on, because even though you missed that I want to call it like, it's like an inspiration, right? When you're inspired to do something, it's like there's a spark, okay? You're energized, you want to do it, you want to get it done, you're happy about it, you're excited, you may be a little nervous about it, but whatever, you know that this is inspiring you to move forward. There's something propelling you, okay? And when that propulsion goes away, it doesn't mean that we don't still do the thing. It just means that there may have been some kind of hiccup or some kind of block that got in our way that maybe slowed us down a bit. Or it could also be that, life happens too. Life happens in between, and we all have people in our lives and families to take care of. And, when you're learning a new skill, such as following divine guidance, being on your North Node and following your path, it's not always going to be smooth. So we're learning literally to balance. I'm getting that Moonology card, balance spirituality with practicality. This is all part of the journey. So don't beat yourself up for it. If you miss that wave, don't worry about it. Just get back on the horse. That is the whole point. You need to get back on the horse. You need to keep going. Don't stop. Okay? If you need to stop to take a nap and take care of yourself, right? Brush your teeth. You need to prioritize your health, your wellness, because the spiritual path is not for the weak, and it is about you learning to treat yourself well. Okay, so I think overall what I'd like to say about this whole reading is that while you have some things going on, we do have the Six of Swords, which is actually a positive card. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. Okay, because you're making positive changes for yourself. It may be difficult. It's not easy to make powerful changes because there are endings at the same time as we're experiencing our beginnings. So, we're learning to balance everything as we go. And we need to have grace with ourselves as we're going through this process. Because part of it is, undoing those inner monologues of shame, or you're not good enough, okay, or you're doing it wrong. We're getting rid of that talk. That's old programming, and we're coming into a new space where we can maintain our abundance. We don't maintain our abundance with old programming, okay? We do have to make the mental shifts to get out of rigid thinking while still maintaining our emperor status, right? We want to have these positive traits. We want to harness those energies, okay? And we want to remain soft enough to receive our divine guidance. Okay, so congratulations on your new beginning. You're doing everything right. But I don't need to tell you that, right? You need to know that within yourself. Okay? You're holding your boundaries because you know you need to, not because I'm telling you, right? Right. All right, collective. That is what I have for you for this new moon in Virgo reading. If it resonated and you're comfortable sharing, I would love your confirmations. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my channel. And hit the bell for all notifications if you'd like to be notified of my future readings. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, the link to my website, reneegomez.com, is in the description box below, as well as links to donate and to all the decks I used in this reading. May the power of this new moon bring about all that is in your heart, and may you have a beautiful day from wherever in the world you're watching. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at my next reading. The full moon, which is where we're at now. What is going on? Did I do this all under new moon? I did this under full moon. Shit.